Who wants to say hello? Right, Blue? No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. Where do I start? Man, the video I made before this one was heavy and long and rambling. I hope I don't do that with this video. Today, I guess I have something to share today because yesterday was my 6 weeks post-operation checkup. And I returned back to work last Thursday, which means that I've been at work for only 4 days. So it really just feels like I started getting back to normal and starting to feel more and more like myself and getting right back into the groove of things, getting more normal routines. And yesterday I had to go to get a barium enema study. For those of you who had intestinal issues or even have a colostomy knows what that is, and that's when they inject contrast up your rectum to check if your colon has any obstructions, issues, and any tears or anything that they need to be aware of. As you know from the previous video, I have a ostomy bag, and I've been living with that since my emergency surgery. And I know a lot of people out there probably don't know what an ostomy bag is and how it's affected my life at all. So I'll give some of my own perspectives, and please keep in mind that I am a new temporary ostomy noob, and I definitely don't represent the majority of the group, since I also understand there's a lot of people out there who have permanent ostomies from a life-saving condition like cancer, IBS, Crohn's disease, etc., that probably don't have the choice of reversing the surgery, and I don't want to offend anyone. I also know that I'm new to this, and I'm sure that it's the limitations that I feel uncomfortable to be in, and maybe if I live with it longer, I will develop more confidence and dignity. So I had a stomach perforation during my hysterectomy surgery, which meant that they have disconnected my colon. And so my output is coming out into a bag like this, where the other side is a sticker, and you basically stick this on your body, and what the circle here holds is basically your intestine that they pulled right out of your body onto the surface. Yes, that sounds absolutely crazy and shocking. To be honest, when I first saw that, and as a very squeamish person who's very afraid of all things health or looking at someone's blood, like that was just a very traumatic and psychological thing for me. And it took about 3 lessons or 4 where I really tried to toughen up and get through it by saying that this is my own body and I should not get help from anyone else to deal with my own issues. and that drove me hard to be able to learn, change my own bag and build confidence. I'm happy to say that at 6 weeks, I no longer put a lot of emphasis on the bag itself. I'm getting used to it. It doesn't really bother me that much anymore, and I've figured out ways to work with the bag depending on my diet and what I eat. And I'm not super comfortable yet going out in certain places, and going to the hospital is probably the first time I've been physically outside for long periods of time. Like, I've just been home the whole time, so it's easy to use the restroom privately. I want to talk a bit about what my limitations are wearing the colostomy bag, and why what does that have to do with the news. So on the colostomy bag, there are some mobility issues. First of which is when I'm sleeping, I have to lay on my back. It's difficult to sleep on my sides, as I'm a side sleeper. You're obviously not going to be sleeping on your stomach or laying flat. So not being able to like turn to my sides or sleep on the side, it was a very hard transition. Like, I wasn't super comfortable with that. You can only lay on your back. That was something that, you know, I considered not being able to do. Second thing is any form of like very intense physical exercise. So since my surgeries, I have not engaged in any physical exercise other than walking. So you know, obviously intense exercise, the bag or how it's going to react on your body, having tape or even having a belt that secures it to your stomach, you know, or the ability to go to a pool where, you know, water could be submerged. You know, all the concerns and all the things I consider to be something I really worry about. Even my clothing choices have to be made. For example, wearing an empire waisted dress with a lot of room on the bottom is probably the best. Any kind of t-shirt I'm wearing right now, like this one, well, it's more form-fitting, so you can kind of see the bag, and it's a constant reminder that, you know, something could happen and you might need to be worried. And you know, how long is this outfit, like lengthwise? Is someone going to be able to see your bag? Do you need to wear something to cover it? You know, there's a lot of considerations. And I think the last one is really the food choice and the limiting things that you're not allowed to eat. Keeping a low fiber diet. So, you know, eating only white carbs, stewed meat, you know, things that are soft, no fruits, no vegetables. You know, it was really tough for the last 3 weeks, but I got used to it and I stopped giving power to that thought, you know. So, you know, I'm just fatty at heart, right? Like, I'm a foodie at heart. I think about food, and you know, I can't watch food videos. I don't want to get hungry. You know, I cannot enjoy seafood. It's kind of like, why am I looking at this? In a way, it's definitely benefited me in terms of weight loss, because when I was sick, my weight was just so uncontrolled, and I couldn't get it back in normal, and I feel a lot healthier now than ever. And I've actually kept the 25 pounds off since my initial weight drop from the hospital. And yes, surprisingly, within 2 weeks, I had lost 25 pounds from, all the complications, staying in the hospital and just on liquid diet. And I'm actually shocked that I've kept it off. And, honestly, I am looking forward to losing more weight and reaching my ideal weight at probably another 15 pounds, and I think I'll reach there, because eating white pasta with tuna apparently is a very limited diet food. It was kind of funny to be that picky kid that's I'm just gonna shove everything onto the left of my plate because I can't eat any of that. Being the person that is interested in all kinds of food and open to all palates, and changing into someone that's ultimately strict. It was definitely a new experience, and I'm used to it. Now I eat a lot of fish and chicken that I prep beforehand, and I try to watch what I'm eating as well. So all in all, I think everything's going in a good direction. So you may hear that I just described to you. Oh, there's something I totally forgot and left out. Wearing colostomy bag, you empty the bag 3 times a day, and every 3 days or so you need to change out the entire mechanism. So yes, it's something that you have to bring with you, just in case at all times. So that's something that would be needed for life. So anyways, back to the story. This past week I had my first initial test, which is supposed to see if my intestines have healed, and if it did not, they would continue on with more testing and giving more time. The time to heal is very, very variable depending on all types of bodies, age, etc. And originally, what I've heard, which was not promised to me by the doctors, was a minimum of 3 months. And some people, waited 3 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever, however long it takes for you to be able to have a reversal surgery. And I'm laughing because maybe I should have Googled this on the internet, because I really, really don't know how the human body works. Sometimes I can't understand what the doctors are saying to me. They're like, no, that test came out perfect. It shows that everything's working properly, and that's supposed to happen. And that shows it was great. And I'm just here I don't understand the science. I don't understand how liquid can go in one direction, come out the other direction, when it doesn't do that normally, but you did this test, but it did that, and how. And then they'll explain to me why, and I'll just be like, you know what, I'm too stupid to understand. I'll just pretend that I understood and just get out of there. So yes, I did not understand why they think it's fixed. But I've seen multiple doctors yesterday, and they're all like, it's good. who am I to complain? I don't know anything. So I was not excited when I heard the news, when I got cleared of everything. Meaning that on the OBG front in my hysterectomy surgery, I'm cleared for another 2 weeks. Cleared means I can go to the pool, I can start going to the gym or have like more intense activity than walking. And in terms of like my intestines, it has healed, meaning it's complete. Do I need a second opinion? No, I don't need. Because I don't understand the science. And multiple doctors have already said you are healed. Like, this is not a controversial topic. It's more about the confidence level. So imaging can never really tell. It can only tell up to a certain point. Like, okay, yeah, we can see, and we can test. But they cannot tell until you're already in the surgery. You're already doing laparoscopic. They have already opened you up and they see it with their own eyes. Then yes, at that point, when they write it down or document it, it is, yes, that's the state of things. They can only use these imaging as predictions and how confident they are with their experience to say, okay, at my age, at my situation, how confident are they that it's healed? And why I keep harping on this is because the reversal surgery essentially means to put you back the way you were. Reversal, like the card from Uno. Reversal means they're gonna take two parts of a colon or intestine and connect them. So of course in my mind, I'm like, oh, if they're gonna connect them, they're gonna stitch it together, right? So everything that happened, the leak, possibilities of complications from that. Let's say they connect it, there's a leak. Basically everything that I just went through would happen again. Sepsis, like poisoning of my own body, antibiotics, all the things that kept me in the hospital until they were draining everything out, it would happen again. If the surgery also fails, they would need to do a surgery on top to put me back on the bag. That's so intense in my mind. It's the challenge and the fear of reliving what I want to forget. It's like reliving the nightmare that's happened. And apparently the risk of this is high because it's somebody messing with your intestines. At this point, everything that I'm talking about is purely emotional and psychological. It is not based on science. I think that it will take time from now until my proposed scheduled surgery date to really work on how to gather more strength and courage and find it in me to undergo this. And thinking about the reasons why I should. Yes, there are people who have decided that they are not going to, even though they can, because they are afraid of everything I just said. But as a person and my personality, I cannot live in fear. I can't live going forward that you need to take a risk to have the chance of becoming normal. versus like living forever in the current state. I know that's the right decision. It's just hard at this point. And yeah, I mean, this is why talking to friends help in this case. And when you're hearing this video, what do you think? I had two of my friends answer me quickly, lightning speed. They said, I'm too much of a fat ass to not do reversal surgery. Why? Why would I choose to eat bland food and have food limitations if food it was my passion and food is what gives me life and food is what makes me happy? Wow, I was shocked how quickly they responded. I was like, you know what? Some people don't you know, they just don't eat to live. They don't need to eat to be happy. You're gonna have to find other things to be happy about. And you know, this whole year it kind of gave me new perspective. It's like, you know, what are you happy about? It could be the littlest things. And right now, honestly, I'm just happy to be alive. And I say that with so much, you know, truth. It's like, I'm just happy I'm breathing. I'm happy I'm not in pain. I'm happy that you know, I can put this behind me and I don't need to think about going through it. And I just okay, sorry, that's so emotional. It's one of those things that when I start talking about it, I just get sad that it happened. And obviously I am not sad. And I'm not sad about the choices. It's just I am still working through you know, like it was a sad thing. And having to think about getting myself mentally ready to do it again, sitting in the hospital for another week, maybe more, you know. I think that it's like I'm just always be given the impossible choices. Like this year, it's like you need to choose things that you don't really have a choice, right? We all have to move forward with our lives. We cannot be stagnant. So anyway, stay strong, friends. When I have a surgery day, I'll update you guys, and it's probably gonna be in late September, October, something like that. Okay, see you later.